If you didn't know already, organic content is now booming once again on both YouTube and Facebook. Obviously, as always, whenever I mean Facebook, I'm talking about both Facebook and Instagram. Over the last 2 years, TikTok has put a lot of pressure on Meta and Google to adapt, and I think that they've successfully did it. In today's video, I want to cover why organic content is booming right now, show you examples of content posted on all three platforms, meaning on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels, and show you how they perform across the base. If you don't know who I am, my name is Justin, and I'm the founder at Wizo Media, an e-commerce marketing agency helping thriving brands scale through paid advertising and performance creatives. So I know a lot of you guys watching this video are numbers people, so let's just get it out of the way. Let's start with numbers. So if you look at this first screenshot, you're gonna see that a lot of the content, and again, I'm looking at that right now on my screen, a lot of the content getting posted on Shorts is the one getting the most amount of views on my end. So YouTube Shorts are getting anywhere from in the few hundreds to a few thousand views as of right now. Now, if I go to TikTok, I'm kind of capped right now around 200 views. I'm getting roughly 200 views consistently across every single video. And if I look at Instagram, honestly, it's much more of a yo-yo. Some videos I'm getting 45 views, some I'm getting 800, other ones it's 700, other ones it's 300, other ones it's over 1,000. So from my findings, the most consistent channels would be TikTok and YouTube. TikTok is consistently bad. Again, that is in my experience, whereas YouTube is really picking up. It's the most consistent good channel for my style of content, whereas Instagram, it's honestly the most volatile channel, and it's not nor good nor bad for my content type. Now keep in mind, does that apply across the board to every single creator out there? Probably not. You might be watching this video and you are an e-commerce brand owner and you're wondering if this also applies to you. You might find something different. But again, on my side, I've definitely seen a big peak in the organic content performance on both YouTube and my Instagram. As you can clearly see, even though follower count is quite similar across both platforms, you can clearly see that the content has been performing better on YouTube and Facebook. Now, why is that? Well, I recently released a video talking about some of the changes in the UGC space, and I think that UGC and TikTok are not necessarily related anymore as like two terms or two connected industries. So TikTok introduced a new content type, but alongside that content type, they also introduced a new form of algorithm. They introduced an algorithm which probably was the most powerful organic algorithm out there, and it still is to this day. So why do I think that TikTok is not working that good right now for my personal brand? It's because I'm not playing it right. I'm using what I'm going to use in quotes, Hormozy style short form content, which that right now has picked up on Instagram. It's also picked up on YouTube, but it's oversaturated on TikTok. TikTok has been since the start a trend-based platform. If you look at my profile, there's like tens of thousands of likes on there, and I've gotten 2 videos all the way back in 2019 that actually blew up and had like over 300,000 views on these videos. Why? Because they were funny, made on the TikTok app, trendy videos. So the 2 videos that really blew up were made with the app's kind of intent to play. Whereas again, I think that branded content or content that is a little bit more edited on that style works great on Instagram and YouTube right now. So where I'm going with this is to go back to the basics where I initially said that there is now a clear disconnect between content that is UGC style and TikTok. It's because platforms like Facebook and Google were forced to upgrade and improve their algorithms. What ended up happening, if you were part, again, of the industry at the time of these changes, or if you've been in this space for about 5 years at this point, there's been a slow but sure decline in organic performances, specifically on Instagram. Whereas a lot of people on Instagram, a lot of brands that are gonna be watching this video have an Instagram account, they've seen their content performance just drop dramatically. And we've had a lot of clients. There's actually an interview that we had with one of our jewelry clients where we literally talked about that. She literally mentioned that one of the reasons that she joined our agency was because they were seeing such a steep decline in growth pace with their organic content on both Facebook and Instagram that they were forced to look at paid ads to keep on growing. They grew their business organically 100%, all the way to, on Facebook, 170,000 likes. And on Instagram, it was somewhere along the 20,000 followers that they had on there. But all that to say, they grew a very big and large organic audience that kind of got saturated at that point, and they just had to start running ads in order to keep on getting results. And that was about 2.5 years ago at this point. So in that time, Meta and YouTube had plenty of time to kind of catch back and make a stronger algorithm. They had to, because why? Because if they didn't, then not only would they lose ad customers, because a lot of people during these days were putting money away from these platforms and into TikTok, because it was the whole new thing for advertisers. There was a whole new untapped pool of users which had crazy low CPMs, which is not, by the way, the case anymore. Now, CPMs on TikTok are probably just as high as they are on Facebook, because there's a lot more advertisers now on the platform. But to get back to the subject at hand right here, they had to improve algorithm if they wanted to retain organic users. If they wanted to have their users keep on pumping out content, they had to give them more reach. They had to put people in front of more content. And you saw that happen in many different ways. If you look at Instagram as an example, as an app, well, Reels took a lot more space right now on your feed. They've also been testing a full screen feed that I made a video about right around last year in May 2022, which that again keeps on popping on and off on my feeds, but they are testing and they're showing content now. There's a lot more suggestions and what I'm gonna put in big quotes, for you based contents. And if you look at Facebook, same thing. There's the Reels feed now appearing on Facebook too. So you can browse Reels both on Facebook, both on Instagram. So you could say copy TikTok in terms of the way that the content was propelled on there, but just at the same time, this allowed like a whole new avenue. You see a lot of these people now, what they do on Instagram, they're gonna post pictures as a reel. So they're gonna make a roughly 5-second GIF or so out of a image. Sometimes they're gonna do that with tweets or with quotes or with basically anything interesting for that matter about your business. And they're gonna turn that into a reel. Why? Because it gets a lot more views. And if it gets more views, then it gets more, again, followers, it gets more buyers. So you might want to be trying that out. But that's kind of the solution that people found with an Instagram during this last year. Now, if you look at the YouTube is also taking a big turn with their short form content. There's now a separate tab for videos and shorts, which if you remember back then, I was one to hate the blended field, because quite frankly, what ended up happening is that you had a very ugly feed of you had like the very perfect and good looking thumbnails of your long form videos, and then you couldn't upload custom thumbnails on shorts. Or actually you could, but they wouldn't even appear on your feed. So what people would see is basically the vertical cut with the gray spaces left and right of that. So it just really didn't look good, and people that really wanted to consume your content probably either wanted to consume short form or long form content. So it created a mess, and now YouTube separated both of these, and you are now once again finding yourself with an easier feed to browse, and people can now do both, watch short content or long form content on YouTube. So to kind of summarize the point in this video, you look at TikTok, they introduced a new trend and a new content type and a better organic algorithm, which prompted a reaction on the two industry giants, Meta and Google. And they did a pretty good job, in my opinion, at reacting to that. You can now consume both styles of that content on Google, or I mean in that case YouTube, and on Instagram it's more short form related nowadays, but once again you could actually also upload longer form videos on there, which TikTok has started having these features over the last few months, but it just seems more native on a platform like YouTube. So with that being said, am I saying that TikTok does not have a role to play at all anymore in your strategy? Absolutely not. You should play TikTok by TikTok's rule. What I mean by that is that, again, the brands and the creators that are getting the most traction, the most success on TikTok, they're playing with trends. They're editing their videos straight in TikTok. It's honestly scrappy, quote unquote, style of videos that works the best most of the time. And it's videos, again, made kind of DIY, right? Whereas your more kind of branded content now is starting to pick up a little bit more on IG and YouTube. So again, there are cases where that quote unquote scrappy style of content will work best, or will look just as good, I mean, on Instagram and YouTube. But to summarize my point is use TikTok for the trends, use TikTok for what it was intended to be, which is a kind of a trend engine. Is every single brand that we're working with that is doing TikTok great. They're funny, they're fast to adopt trends, and they post also a very high volume of content. Whereas our brand's now getting success on Instagram. They're posting reels with a little bit more thinking behind what's going to be on those reels. But once again, they also like to repurpose TikTok content on there. So on that note, the takeaway of this video is that organic reach is back on both YouTube and Meta. Use that to your advantage. Make sure that you are using reels on IG if you're not already. Turn your images into reels just so that you can get this extra push in visibility. And with that being said, TikTok is not going anywhere. It just kind of forces the giants to adapt and to create some other ways for their creator to retain their creator base, but don't close your eyes when it comes to TikTok and still integrate it within your strategy. If you didn't know already, we recently launched our mentorship Done With You consulting program for starting e-commerce businesses, which is going to be linked in the description down below. It's called PCAD, where we help for a very, very small monthly fee of $400. We help all these starting e-commerce brand owners with anything holistically. So I have a call every single week, which essentially I meet with you. We talk about websites, branding, product development, and more. And then you also get a call with our team of media buyers, designers, and project managers, which they can help you scale your brand through more the ad side of things. So with that being said, this is something that I think is going to be super interesting for a lot of you guys watching this video. Check out the description below and see if this is something that you might find interesting. There's going to be a 20-minute video with more information on that. And on that note, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.